Welcome back to another Alliance War. This time around, For Loki is taking on an Alliance. I'm taking Path 8 today, so I'll be taking in Medusa with Black Bolt to once again hold her hair up. Black Bolt is such a gentleman, always holding Medusa's hair up and such. And I will also be taking in Nebula to handle the Biohazard node. Got a couple of diversity fights up front here, which will go down pretty quickly here. Don't think I make too many mistakes. First fight is just a rank 3 5-star tech champion with special lock 1. So the goal with this node is usually to just hang on to my power long enough that I can actually heal back up to full, heal back any damage that I may have taken due to blocking or parrying or, you know, even getting hit too, of course, because that definitely does happen. But typically against these easier fights, it mostly is just block damage that I end up taking. But I kind of forget this sometimes and just throw the special one anyway, as you see in some of these videos. But here I think I did a pretty good job of holding on to my power long enough, because then I could just bait out that special and take him down in the next combo, and I end with a full yellow bar. Alright, next fight up is also going to be one of these early diversity nodes, but we've got a mutant champion here, and it's an unawakened mutant champion, and unawakened mutant champions always kind of throw off a little bit of a signal, like, huh, is this a diversity node, or is this, you know, is this going to be Nightcrawler here? I don't know. You know, without that awaken ability, always suspect Nightcrawler, but it's actually Gambit, and I breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief, as you know, Gambit, of course, is no trouble here. Even if I get stunned by his special one, even if I somehow miss time dodging the special one, I've got my Furies to fall back on, and Medusa will auto block for me. So, in pretty good shape here. Actually, I almost mistimed that special one. The timing on my evade there was not ideal, but I did not end up getting hit by it, luckily. And he goes down on that second special one there. Alright, so first two nodes out of the way with no trouble at all. Then we have a 6-star skill champion, and this champion has a lot of HP. And I'm thinking, man, I don't know which champion this is. I mean, it has a lot of lot more HP than you'd think the average champion would, so I was thinking it was gonna be Kingpin or something, but it's actually just Winter Soldier. I guess the node itself just has more HP than normal. So Winter Soldier, alright, no problem. I fought this guy about 1,000 times. Actually, that's probably an underestimation of how many times I've actually fought Winter Soldier in Realm of Legends. It's got to be well over 1,000 at this point. But I got my armor shatter on him. I'm just going to start having that bleed go to town. He's healing up because he has willpower, so until I get a few more bleeds, he is going to be healing off of these debuffs. But there we go. Just get one more bleed. If I can get like 1 or 2 more, that'll really shut off his healing pretty much. So there we go. Yeah, he's barely healing at all anymore. But my armor shatter is also gone. So hit him with the SP2. Don't want to push him his power meter too high. Just want to keep baiting out these special ones to play it safe. And if I can just keep him cycling these special ones, which I am able to do here, then the fight is not going to be a problem at all. Anyone remember the older Winter Soldier, where his special 2 was just like him doing a series of punches and like a diving punch or something like that, where he didn't have the machine gun? I kind of miss having Winter Soldier have that special too, so that you didn't have to worry about pushing him his special meter at all. But whatever, that's fine. Baiting out the special ones is probably the better way to go about it, regardless. All right, so the first section is down. We've got 3 more fights lined up here. This is the hardest part of the path, is picking the right teleporter. So I'm able to make the jump successfully. And we go on to the next node here. It's a 5-star Mystic champion, and I'm really not too sure who I'm going to be seeing on this node. As long as I boost up, I don't think there's any Mystic champion that can give me too much trouble here. But of course, you know, if I run into like a Magic or something like that, I could end up taking more damage than versus someone who is a little bit easier to avoid their damage, like Hood or something like that. But we've got Limber, I mean, limber, and that's really the biggest issue with this node, is that it's a 0.2 second limber, so you don't have a lot of parries to play around with. It's something I have to constantly remind myself when I take these heavier limber nodes, is to really watch and limit my parries. So, alright, we have Unstoppable Colossus, and this is a perfect example of why you gotta limit your parries. Is normally when I'm facing an unstoppable enemy, I like to parry them and get my one attack in or something like that, but it's not really worth it in this case. I only parry when he's not unstoppable. Aside from that, I'm just trying not to trigger Mystic Dispersion as much as possible. I realize that he's getting low, and I'm just going to do another 5-hit combo and take him down, since I had all my Furies up and everything like that. So, not too bad at all. He actually never even got to use a special. He was just unstoppable from the start of the fight, and that's it. So, pretty easy fight overall. Unstoppable Colossus. Someone who can be quite annoying at times. Alright, now we have another 5-star mutant champion, and I'm thinking, okay, Nightcrawler? I mean, it wasn't Nightcrawler last time, but it's still that, it's Unawakened mutant champion, so it could be Nightcrawler. Alright, we've got Biohazard, and this champion's also immune to bleed and poison, and none of that really matters if you're using a champion like Nebula. So really, this is just a pretty watered-down node once you remove all of that stuff by having the right champion here. So, going with Nebula, get the switch nice and early. He's in swashbuckling mode, and from there, the fight is pretty much over. I do try to gain some charges, but I actually dumped them there intentionally. Like, I had to consciously think to myself, like, okay, don't screw this up, dummy. Don't screw this up by building up a whole bunch of shock charges just to have some fun. Just play this fight normal. Bait out special attacks, don't get backed into the wall trying to build these shocks, and then the fight's over by the time I can actually, you know, usually dump them off anyway. So yeah, don't do that. Let's just play it a normal fight. But of course, you know, I was still building up some shock charges. I couldn't help it, guys. That's the biggest issue that I have with Nebula, is that I'm just so focused on building shock charges for no reason. But anyway, I take a hit there, but Nebula heals it back up. I'm actually back to a yellow bar. I'm going to try to finish it with that yellow bar. Let's see if I can manage to do it. Little intercept action, and boom! 100% health at the end of this fight. Very nice. Alright, so not too bad. Not too bad of a fight there. A little bit surprising to see Nightcrawler on that node. I'm not sure if I've ever seen a Nightcrawler on that node before. I'm not sure if anyone in my alliance has seen a Nightcrawler node either. But then again, I've only taken this path a handful of times, so not too sure. Alright, then we have a tech champion on this Recovery Starburst Flare Limber node with Aggression Regeneration. This node has a lot of things going for it. It's not the most difficult node because of that flare and because you're dealing so much damage, but it has a lot going for it. But we've got a 6-star tech champion. I don't know who I'm going to see here. All I know is that Medusa is going to slice and dice right on through. And turns out it's Nebula, which is fine, because if I can get myself a special one, then I will shut down all of her abilities. I kind of see why they put Nebula on this node, though, because, of course, she can heal up, kind of extending the length of the fight here, allowing her to take more degen and everything. But I get the Armor Shatter going. She can no longer use a special, or gain any power, but it doesn't matter because I just crit her in the face for like 18,000 damage. So, yeah, Nebula down. And really, that's pretty much it for this war, guys. Very quick war for my participation, at least. Most of these fights ended in about 30 seconds or so. And that was it, really. Medusa and Nebula tag teaming, slicing and dicing my way through Path 8. The mini-bosses and final boss here are not really... Medusa's not really... well suited to handle these, or at least not the #1 option. So yeah, somebody else took those down. We did go on to win this war. Good war to you guys over in that other alliance that I don't know how to say your name. And thank you very much for watching, everyone. I will see you in the next video. Take care.